Good evening, darlings. So I received the following anonymous question, which says, King Thornville, I was wondering what your boyfriend Bard thinks about all your drinking. Does he think you're an alcoholic? Does he cut you off if he thinks you drank too much? Does he deal with your hangovers? Darling, first of all, I frankly don't care at all what Bard thinks about my drinking, because first, he's not my boyfriend. Let's get that straight right now. He's not my boyfriend. As I've said many, many times, I'm not currently seeing anyone at all. So, so it doesn't matter. And also, I don't care what he thinks of my drinking. Did I say that already? I don't care. That's how much I don't care, darlings. So, to recap, he's not my boyfriend, and frankly, I don't care what he thinks about my drinking. And the reason, of course, because it's none of his business. It's my personal business, not his. And even if he was my boyfriend, which I'm not saying that he is, darlings, I'm not saying that, so listen to me when I say it, because you keep sending me messages about it. He's not my boyfriend, so it doesn't matter anyhow. But if he was, which he's not, but if he was, I still wouldn't care. Because, again, it's my personal business, not his. It's my body, and what I choose to put in it is up to me. Now, if you know, I suppose he might care if it was, to excess, but I'd never drink that much, darlings. I'm not an elfling anymore. Now, it's true that on a few occasions, he has made comments in the past about how much I drank. But we worked it out, darling. There was a bit of a tiff that occurred, but not a full-out row or anything like that. So we worked it out, and now he will never ever do that sort of thing again, because that's what kings do. We negotiate, we work these things out, darlings. So I always make sure there's lots of wine when he comes to visit, and he does the same for when I come there, because he knows that that's just sort of what makes me comfortable. And of course, when you have guests, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make sure that all their needs are tended to. And for me, having some wine or something to drink is sort of a necessity. It's one of those little luxuries that I don't like to go without. It's not like I couldn't stop if I wanted to. It's just I don't want to. There's no need to. So I don't stop. But I have a very healthy body. It's not as if I'm having any trouble as a result of drinking. And I'm hardly the worst offender. And don't ask for names, I don't need to pull out the large list and start naming people off, and I don't like to air people's laundry out. That's just not nice. That's just too rude, darlings. I'm not that sort of shady person that likes to just throw people's personal business out there and just throw salt around like I'm trying to melt a path. I prefer to just sort of do my own business and let other people do theirs. Now, I offer advice, of course, darlings. I've been around a long time. That's just what I do. But this is not what I was talking about. I'm supposed to be talking about Bard, aren't I? Yes, and the supposed relationship that we have. as if we have one. You know, darling, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'm not currently in a relationship. You know, it's just not me. Being tied down to that sort of thing again. I've had my relationship, I've had my marriage, and now I'm enjoying being a single father again. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's quite pleasant actually. You know, I can stay up and look at the stars and drink however much I want. You know, for as long as I need. And it's hard sometimes, of course. You know, you have those lonely moments, and there's the memories and all of that. But I'm quite satisfied with my life as it is now, and the drinking is just sort of to relax. You know, I've had my time being stressed by running a kingdom and dealing with wars and all of that, and frankly, I find I make better decisions if I can keep my head level. And to do that, I need to remain as unstressed as possible, and the drinking is perfect for that, darlings. It's absolutely perfect. So, to recap again, I think I already recapped. Anyhow, darling, to recap, Bart is not my boyfriend. I don't care what he thinks about my drinking, and even if he was my boyfriend, it's none of his business. So, oh, and also, number 4, I'm not in a relationship. So, 5, please stop insinuating that I'm in a relationship with Bud. Shh. Because, he gets angry about it. Because, you know, I'm not, it would be rude to insinuate these things, darlings, about anyone. And it seems like you're also implying that I have a drinking problem, which I do not have. Thank you very much. And don't point out that the brochures my son sent me. It was a joke, darling. We sorted that out. So, anyhow, have a good evening, darlings, and ta-ta.